Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Succeed Without Selling Salon. Today, I want to explore the topic of forgiveness and tolerance when it comes to a couple of areas of business. So, the past 6 months or so have been pretty challenging for just about everybody. And there's a lot of business owners out there who have been trying their hardest to figure out what in the world they can do about maintaining their business. And I've noticed that during this time, people are being especially forgiving and understanding. It's sort of like, that we're all in this together sort of thing. And I think because this is happening worldwide, because this is happening to just about everybody, I mean, with everything going on, I'd be surprised if there was a person who wasn't impacted one way or another. It feels like that great human capacity for understanding has come out, and people are feeling pretty generous in their understanding. So a lot of us have other issues outside of the business ones, like with our parents and or our kids. Some people are trying to homeschool their kids, or trying to teach their kids or help their kids learn when their kids are going to school at home. Some kids graduated from college thinking they would get a great job, and then there were no jobs. Some kids had internships that got canceled. Some business owners had projects that got canceled. Clients went away. Some businesses shut down, just said, that's it, can't do it. Gotta go. And then there's other businesses that when they were able to start coming out of all of this, said, okay, now I need to figure out how I'm going to do that. I'm going to have to follow the rules, whatever those rules are. I'm going to have to pay attention to them, and I have to hope that people are understanding of that. And some really interesting things happened. Patrons of these businesses started visiting more often, or people in communities started rotating, eating out, going to different restaurants or getting carry out from restaurants, curbside delivery, whatever it is. People have been understanding if a meeting has to get canceled or postponed. I am experiencing this personally. Myself and my family were struggling with a situation going on with my mom and her health. And it feels like every time, I start scheduling stuff, then something happens and I got to spend time over here dealing with this. So I have to let some of these things go. And so it's a real juggling act. So part of this whole topic of forgiveness and tolerance for me is forgiving ourselves, being tolerant of ourselves, and understanding that these are unusual times. I have a friend who says, listen, things were always uncertain. There's a lot of uncertainty right now, but things were uncertain before. You didn't know what was going to happen to your business. You didn't know what was going to go on with your family, or if your health was going to stay, or any of those things. And that is all true. And it feels like these times are somewhat more challenging, maybe because it happened suddenly. We didn't really have an opportunity to prepare for it. It's sort of reminiscent of 2008, 2009. And we all sort of like fell into this and we're going, okay, wait a second. I got to make sure I'm treading water, or I'm swimming to shore. I got to figure this out. The great thing for me about people is that for the most part, we come together. We pull together. The business community comes together. We find ways of helping each other. We find ways of just supporting each other and listening. Sometimes people just need an ear. And so if I take this idea of forgiveness and tolerance and understanding and I move it into the sales realm, I can't help but think what incredible value there is in just reaching out to your associates, the people you were networking with, maybe new people who you've met through this, people you'd like to meet, and engaging in a conversation, giving them space, giving them a space to talk about what's going on, and possibly offering this idea of tolerance and forgiveness to themselves, depending on what they say, or to their clients or their employees, whatever it is you're hearing. I think we can spread this idea. We can help other people realize that this is a time for us. We have choices, right? We can isolate ourselves or we can come together. We can go it alone or we can try and pull together. And they say, what is it? Many hands make light work, right? Let's see how much of that we can do. I can tell you personally, I've gotten involved in a lot more networking groups and groups of people, and I'm learning about people. And the one thing that has been, and I'm doing my podcast, and I cannot tell you how many times I have had to reschedule a podcast recording because I had to all of a sudden deal with something else. And I cannot tell you how gracious people have been about that, how understanding. At the same time, there are people who've had to cancel things with me, have had to reschedule things with me, and I hope I've been able to provide them with the same level of understanding and acceptance and, boy, just go do what you have to do. Because when it comes right down to it, business is about relationships. People buy from people. People want to engage and do business with people who they know care about them, and not just about their dollars, but them as humans, them and their family, and everything that's going on in their world. And the truth is, we don't know what's going on in people's worlds. And a lot of people put on a good face. They're really good at it. And they present themselves very well, and you just don't know what's going on in the background. You don't know. If they're not sharing, you don't know what they're struggling with. So let's really push this. And the way that we can push it is we can reach out to people, and just for a conversation, no sales, no other agenda, no nothing other than, I just want to know how you're doing. These past months have been challenging for a lot of people. I know they've been challenging for me. And so I just wanted to see indeed how you are. And if you've had experiences like these, share them. If right now, you want to put something in the chat box about an experience you've had that was really uplifting for you, I would love to see it. I would love to see, what we are doing that is making a positive difference. Isn't that really what it's about? We have choices, right? We can succumb to a challenge and say, okay, I'm going to pull the covers over my head, wake me when it's over. I just can't deal. Or we can say, you know what? I'm stronger than this. And yes, it might be challenging. I don't have to go it alone. I can share with other people. I can commiserate. I can get help where I feel like I need it. I can offer help where I feel other people need it. And two things are going to be the result of that. The first one is that the world's going to heal, that my little niche is going to heal. The second thing that's going to happen is my business is going to grow because I'm connecting, because I'm building a community around my business, or I'm nurturing the community around my business. And I'm helping other people build their businesses because I'm helping them nurture the community around their business. So you know what? This is one of those days where I have been giving an awful lot of thought to everything, like the holistic view of what it means to be a business owner, what it means to be in business as a human. And with everything that's attached, with every joy and struggle and positive and negative and yes and no and everything that goes on in our lives and in our business lives. And there's a lot of things I know, a lot of things I don't know. There's a lot of things I know. And one of the things that I know very strongly and believe in very strongly is that when we are caring and we are giving with no other agenda, we build that community around ourselves and our business, and we are strong for it. And our community is stronger for it. And that, at the end of the day, is what we have. This is what we can do. It's empowering, it's liberating. It takes some of that load off our shoulders. So what I leave you with is this. If you have been beating yourself up because you feel like you should be doing more, or you should be juggling better, or you should whatever, stop shooting yourself. Forgive yourself. Be tolerant of yourself. If you are feeling frustration with other people in other situations, maybe they're not as responsive as you'd like them to be, maybe people aren't signing contracts as quickly as you'd like them to, maybe they're not returning phone calls or emails or making decisions, whatever it is, forgive them, be tolerant of them. You don't know what else they're going through. And you know what? Just reach out. I mean, one of the best things you can do is call them up and say, listen, I don't know how you're navigating all of this. I'm hoping that you're navigating it well. I just want you to know that I'm here. I'm not going to push. I'm just want you to know, I look forward to continuing our engagement and our conversations when you're ready. If there's anything I can do right now to help, please let me know. I'm going to step off a little bit, give you some space. Doesn't mean I'm not here. Doesn't mean I'm not interested in furthering our conversation. I just don't want to be adding to any possible challenges you're experiencing right now. I mean, my gosh, simple. One short voicemail could make all the difference because of how connected it is. So I'm going to leave you with that. I hope that you have forgiven yourself if you have been beating up on yourself. I hope that you are forgiving others and being tolerant of others and being there to lend an ear, lend support, and offer to others that they forgive themselves and they forgive others as we navigate these incredibly challenging times. And you know what? Here's my offer to you. If you would like to just unload, just be able to talk about what you're frustrated by or what you're struggling with and just have an ear, email me. I am happy to set up a phone call and I will listen. No judgment. I will lend support. No agenda. No nothing. I will just be here for you. Have a great rest of your week. And I hope to see you next time on the Succeed Without Selling Salon, when I hope to be speaking with Shan Vanderleek about podcasting. She is a genius. And you're going to want to hear this if you've been thinking about doing anything with podcasting. Bye-bye.